Hello, how is everybody doing today? This is Alan Snyder, and it is June 7th, 2020, and today we are talking about Tropical Storm Cristobal. Um, the landfall is imminent in Louisiana near New Orleans right now. Um, this is the newest advisory that just came out literally 10 minutes ago. It's still at 50-mile-per-hour winds, and the reason that is because the dry air is definitely impeding strengthening of this system, and so too is the wind shear. Uh, so yeah, 50 miles per hour. Pressure is 994 millibars. Location is 28.7 north, 90.0 west, and it's moving north at 12 miles an hour. All right. Conditions are deteriorating as we speak, so please stay inside. Keep safe and don't go out into roadways that are flooded with of any kind, even if it's 2 inches off the ground. The flood. Do not drive any. There's going to be tons of rain. Check out the public advisory here. Yeah, it's moving north over 355 degrees for those that like to track these in degrees here. Tropical storm warnings, storm surge watches, storm surge warnings, all that good stuff that comes with a tropical storm. That's all there. Tropical storm force winds go out 205 miles from the center, so from a little bit west of New Orleans to close to the Florida border, you're going to be experiencing tropical storm force winds. This is for what this system is, it's a pretty large system because, the wind shear is what's dragging everything to be larger, and it looks more subtropical in nature. That's why, the wind field is so large and expansive. So, as I said, anywhere from a little bit west of New Orleans to the border of Florida needs to be paying close attention to this. We're also going to be having storm surges as well. I mean, despite the storm only having 10 miles per hour over what a tropical storm is to start with, it's the size and the energy that the storm has that's going to create this storm surge. So mouth of the Mississippi River, Ocean Springs, including Lake Borgna, getting 3 to 5 feet of storm surge. Morgan City, Louisiana, to the mouth of Mississippi River, getting 2 to 4. Ocean Springs to Marco Island, including Mobile Bay, Pensacola Bay, and Tampa Bay, is 1 to 3 feet. So, pretty much what this is saying is get farther inland if you can. Because in these areas there are going to be some inundation of, some more roadways, maybe getting into some houses, just depending on how deep it gets with the storm surge that comes in. Because 3 to 5 feet is definitely enough to get inside homes if they're like right there on the beach. So, if you decided not to evacuate, get up to a second floor or something. 3 to 5 feet may not sound like a whole bunch, but it will do damage if it gets inside your home. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. All right, tropical storm conditions are expected within the tropical storm warning area along the northern Gulf Coast through tonight. So you guys are going to be feeling 40, 50 mile per hour winds for the next 12 to 18 hours with gusts of up to 60 miles an hour. So, that's still enough to take down power lines, cause, tree limbs to fall down, stuff like that. Pick up small projectiles that are on the ground that you didn't put away, that you should have put away. That will pick those up and launch them elsewhere. And that's a dangerous situation that we don't need. Alright, rainfall, there's 12 inches possible in some locations, but the primary thing here is 4 to 8 inches across the majority of the central Gulf Coast into the lower Mississippi Valley. So flooding will be a thing here, especially if the Mississippi River swells up. It starts overfilling its banks, and that's bad news bears right there. So people want to pay attention to this rainfall right here. Tornadoes. There was a confirmed tornado in Orlando last night. So this thing is definitely spitting out tornadoes, you know, in some places. And you know, just think of this: Orlando is 400 miles away from where the main circulation is. So if tornadoes from the outflow of this system are making it all the way to Orlando, then you know there's going to be tornadoes in the main portion of this tropical storm. Swells. You know, I've said this once. I say it again. Don't go in the water. Don't be stupid. Just stay out of the water and wait for this thing to move out and let the waters, you know, calm down and what have you. All right. Next intermediate advisory is going to be 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Next completed advisory is at 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time or 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All right, let's take a look at the forecast discussion here. And as you can see, you know, this is this is kind of typical for the start of June. That we are technically only 6 days removed from the start of hurricane season, so I don't expect these storms to be strong at the start of the season like this. But yeah, I mean, this is an Arthur Bertha type of storm where we get like 50, 60 mile per hour winds. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's still 50 or 60 mile per hour winds is still, you know, bad news. If you're, you know, if you're like doing something outside and, you know, a projectile gets picked up and, you know, hit you in the head or something, you know. But here's what the forecast predictions are for max winds going forward. And as you can see, it keeps the tropical depression here for a pretty decent amount of time before it goes post-tropical. And at hour 120, it gets sucked into a frontal system that's going to be dropping down from Canada, so it's going to be dissipated by that time. Here is the visible infrared loop of tropical storm Cristobal, and as you can see, it doesn't look all that great, considering, you know, there's, you know, storms displaced all the way down here, storms displaced up here, you know, storms displaced over here. You know, this is more of a look of a subtropical system than it is a tropical system. But lo and behold, they call it tropical storm, so, you know, nothing we can really do about it at that point. So this thing, the landfall of tropical storm Cristobal is imminent in Louisiana, as it's only literally like 10 to 20, maybe 30 miles off the coast of Louisiana at this point in time. So as you can see, we're getting some pretty heavy rainfalls here, and training in some spots. So that's where you're gonna get the 4, 8, 12 inches of rain, is when these storms start training over one another, which I think that will be setting up here today with this system as it moves on shore. How about we take a look at the rainfall totals here. And as you can see, I went out to 48 hours because after that, I don't think it's going to be affecting Louisiana anymore. So here in Louisiana, we can still see, you know, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain according to the GFS, with isolated rainfall amounts of 12 inches in some of these areas. So, you know, this is just a day to stay inside, admire the weather from a distance, a safe place inside your house. Because honestly, if I'm safe inside my house, I'm fascinated with these things. You know, I always like to look outside and, you know, watch the trees move back and forth. And that is if they don't fall on my house. That's a story for another day. You know, you know, there's just something about these tropical systems that really, you know, fascinate me. That to the point of me wanting to look outside my very window and see what the weather is like inside of a tropical system. But, you know, as long as you guys are safe and you guys are hunkered down, there's really nothing to worry about with this system. It's almost bare minimal, really. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll have another update later on today with more of this system. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and have a nice day.